Hi, this is Coach Eddie Thomas, and this is CCS Sports Night. Hi, this is Coach Eddie Thomas, and welcome into this edition of the Coaches Spotlight edition of CCS Sports Night. Hope you're all doing well. Don't forget to check the nightly news for the latest updates on our 2K60 Challenge and the Carey Christian Around the World in 50 Days Challenge. Well, it's time now for this week's Coach Spotlight on Coach Rachel Douglas.
My name is Rachel Douglas, and I teach 7th grade at Carey Christian. I teach literature and composition. I'm also a CCS alum. I graduated with the class of 2012, and so it has been so fun and so encouraging just to come back and teach alongside teachers that taught me when I was there, but also just to be back in the community at CCS. As I think about kind of my most favorite times while being at CCS, I think about sports for sure. In high school in particular, I played tennis and I played soccer. My freshman, sophomore, and senior year, I played tennis, and then all 4 years I played soccer. In college, I didn't pursue a sport because I was not good enough, but I did play intramurals. In college, I played intramural soccer at NC State. I also played a little bit of tennis through the intramural system at NC State, but I more so focused on the soccer aspect. In terms of how I got into coaching, I would say that it kind of just happened. Being a fan of all sports, cheering on my students in each different kind of avenue or outlet or sport that they have, I was able to interact with different students or different coaches that were in the stands as well. And during one basketball game one evening, and someone had mentioned helping out with gold soccer, and I just thought, wow, that would be something that I could get into and have fun with. It's a way that I can continue building relationships with the students outside the classroom as well as inside the classroom. And so I took an opportunity and I sent an email to Todd or Cam and just basically said, hey, if you need any additional help, I played here, I love the sport, I'd love to be of any help in whatever capacity you would need me. And so that's just how I got into coaching. Never been trained to be a coach in particular for any particular skill, but I just thought, being a mentor out there on the field could be really fun, especially in the middle school age. So I chose gold soccer, middle school girls, and this is my third current season that I have coached alongside Cameron Perkins. In terms of a person who has impacted me as an athlete, I would say definitely my parents have encouraged me just to continue pursuing anything that I love to do, whether it's something creative or anything that I'm passionate about, anything sports related. And so their support has really given me kind of the desire and the passion to continue playing soccer. Even so now, I've joined an adult league that plays indoor soccer year-round. Of course, right now, during this quarantine, I haven't been able to play, but I am looking forward to getting back out there. I'm also looking forward to getting back out there with my girls. It's been really sad just to not be able to be with them, so shout out to my girls. Miss you guys. There are a couple other people. I have an older brother. My brother is also a graduate from CCS, Joshua Douglas. He played soccer at Carey Christian, and he was also coached by Brian Twite as myself, and Coach Twite actually coached me outside of school from when I was really little up through when I graduated at Carey Christian. And so I would say those two people, my brother and Coach Twite, have really impacted me just to play the sport, to love the sport, to be passionate about it, and just to kind of have a good time. Always, the desire is to win, but if you have a good time doing it, it's all the more fun. While I was at NC State, myself and some of the other girls that I graduated with at Cary Christian my senior year, there were about 8 or 9 of us that decided we were going to create an intramural team at NC State, because we eventually all ended up there, whether we started at NC State or whether we eventually ended up transferring over there. But we decided we were going to create an intramural soccer team, and we joined the women's division, and we actually ended up winning the championship, and we won the infamous NC State intramural championship t-shirt. And so it was just really fun to have that camaraderie built throughout. It extended even from high school, and I think that's one of the reasons that I loved sports at Cary Christian, or just sports in general. It really does develop relationships that withstand anything that you experience in life. Those people are there for you. Playing sports, you really do learn how to kind of work together as a team and count on each other as you're working toward one common goal. And so I think it's just really important to be able to count on those teammates in life, but also in a sport, and playing a sport really does teach you that. Something that I struggled with as an athlete, looking back on, I guess I can say I struggled with it. I didn't really know it was a struggle at the time, just because I thought playing sports was more fun, it was the more social aspect of things. But looking back on it, I could say that the obstacle or the challenge that I had to face being an athlete was always having someone that was better than me on my team. In a way, it's kind of a blessing and a curse. The blessing is that you are always striving to be better. Those people are always bringing you kind of to the higher standard. They're showing you things, they're able to teach you those skills, and you can cultivate those while you're playing alongside those people. But then the kind of curse aspect of it, or the challenge of it, is that you might not get as much field time or as much play time as you might have hoped. And so that was maybe one of the challenges that I faced. But I would just encourage you, if you're struggling with those same things, just keep fighting the fight. Your time will come. There might be an NC State intramural championship in it for you too. So keep your head up high, learn while you can, learn from the people that are there, be encouraged, and just keep working hard. That's all you can do. You practice, 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 and eventually maybe you'll have your own hat trick. In terms of kind of how we do sports at Cary Christian and tie the spiritual aspect to it, I think Cameron Perkins, the head coach of the girls team, does a really awesome job with displaying how the body of Christ is kind of represented on the soccer field. And I think he does a really good job of connecting the dots to growing in life and having kind of those struggles, but also trying to persevere and endure through any of the hardships, whether you win or lose a game. You can always glorify God through it. You can always have a life lesson that you've learned. You can always encourage someone, or you can always be the light of Christ, no matter the outcome. And so I just really appreciate that he does that. I guess growing up at Cary Christian, I had seen that, but going away, it's challenging to connect those two things. And so coming back and being kind of saturated in that biblical worldview has been really awesome and really encouraging. I love being a coach, I love being a teacher. I absolutely miss all of you out there in the Cary Christian community. And I just can't wait to get back and hang out together and be at your sporting events cheering you on.
Hope you enjoyed this week's Coach Spotlight. Well, this is Coach Eddie. Thanks for watching. Join us again next week for another edition of CCS Sports Night.